Amanda Waller almost has absolute power. Welcome to the Comicstorian Complete Story series, where we take trade paperbacks and single issues and we break them down into digestible bites to help you understand. Then we read them dramatically back to you. All alterations to the panels, text, and images are to prevent copyright problems, and all art is owned by its respective companies. Amanda Waller has tried many methods to stop the heroes of Earth. And now, with the help of Failsafe, Queen Braniac, and her Task Force VII, she has captured most of them. With many of the remaining depowered, how are they going to survive? This is Absolute Power issue number 2 by Mark Waid and art by Dan Mora. I hope you enjoy. Inside her command compound on the island nation of Gamora, Amanda Waller turns back to her war council. She motions to the screen, which shows images of all known heroes on Earth, most of which have been captured and depowered. Though she admits that some of the strongest are still at large. Would not the next step be to lure them out into the open by targeting the humans that they love? Braniac Queen says as she steps forward, but Waller shakes her head, reminding the group that their goal isn't to harm humans. Everything that they are doing is to protect humanity from the threats that the heroes cause. I'm not a sociopath. Everything we're doing is to protect Earth, Waller says as she looks around the group. She orders Green Arrow and Failsafe to continue monitoring Task Force VII. Dreamer, you'll be conveying an asset. Your watchword is stealth, she says before turning back to Braniac Queen. You will distract with a frontal assault, but you'll need a guide. Luckily, we have just the man for the job, Waller says with a smile. Meanwhile, at the Fortress of Solitude, Superman is still worried about John, pacing back and forth. Batman puts a hand on his friend's shoulder. Lie down and rest. The only thing holding you together is that containment suit, Batman says, reminding Clark that everyone is working their hardest, and Waller seems to simply be imprisoning the heroes, which means John is most likely fine. Diana steps forward, reminding everyone that they can't just wait around. They need to plan an attack. We need a captain, Diana tells the group. Arthur steps forward, explaining that he is a king and a hero. He has a history of leading armies and superheroes. But Mr. Terrific points out that he is a brilliant strategist and already leads the JSA. But Batman shakes his head, reminding Terrific that he has more experience and is a better tactician. Everyone begins to argue, but Diana holds up a hand. Enough! Gods, we were fools to retire from the Justice League. Now we can't even talk to each other. We can't afford the luxury of arguing. Whoever we choose needs to be the right person, Diana says. But then, someone speaks, and as their words echo through the fortress, all the heroes stop and listen. May I have everyone's attention, please? Nightwing says as he steps forward. He motions to the rest of his team. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Nightwing, and these are the Titans. We're going to get through this, because we know something that Waller doesn't. What we are capable of. He explains to the gathering of heroes that while Waller thinks that she has beaten them, she doesn't understand that they aren't heroes because of their powers. They are all heroes because of their commitment to helping the helpless. To fight an injustice and a tyranny regardless of the odds. And that will be her downfall, Nightwing says. Wow, Mr. Terrific says, his eyes widened in awe. Batman nods and smiles. That's my boy, he whispers. No one argues. Everyone waits for Nightwing's orders, and after a moment, he nods. He turns to Batman. You say Waller has a mother box, the key to accessing the powers of the new gods. Go get it, he orders. He turns to Superman. Superman, the multiverse is full of heroes who will help us without hesitation. Find them, he says. He then turns to Black Canary, asking her to put together a team to take down Oliver and bring him in. He then turns to Wonder Woman and asks her to figure out where Waller is keeping her prisoners and figure out a way to break them out. Damian turns to her with a smile. Take me, I insist. I love breaking into places, Damian whispers. Nightwing finishes, waiting for any questions. But Superman steps forward and suggests the depowered heroes arm themselves with the weapons and armor that has been stored in the Fortress of Solitude, hoping that will even the odds. The heroes all begin to prepare, going over battle plans and arming themselves. But their time is up. The door to the fortress suddenly explodes inward, knocking everyone back. The Braniac Queen floats through the smoke, led by a frightening sight. John Kent, augmented by Braniac tech, floats through the door, his eyes glowing as he glares at the heroes. "Surrender!" he orders. Superman rushes forward, shouting for his son. Nightwing tries to stop him, but John claps his hands together, causing a shockwave that knocks the heroes to the ground once more. Nightwing shakes his head as he gets to his feet and motions to his team. "Okay, enough of that. Titans, go!" he bellows, and the heroes rush forward, firing energy blasts at the Queen. But the rounds bounce harmlessly off her chest. "Braniac Queen! I saw Braniac's ship blow up. What are you doing on Earth? What have you done to my son?" Superman shouts. She looks at him as if he is nothing. "Seeking knowledge," she hisses. She waves her hand, and her tech tentacles slide out, grabbing hold of heroes and knocking their weapons to the ground. "There will be no further questions," she says. Portals begin to open up, and the heroes start to disappear. Batman and Wonder Woman rush forward. Damn it, every hero she adds to Waller's collection through those portals is one less soldier on our side, Batman says. Explosions hit John, but he just ignores them and turns his super breath on the other heroes. "John, this isn't you. You're under her control. You can fight this," Superman says as he fights to reach his son. Meanwhile, while everyone continues to fight against the Queen and John, a dream portal opens up next to an unconscious Wonder Girl. "We're in," Dream says as she steps through the portal. "The asset?" Waller demands over the radio. Dreamer looks at the carnage and sighs. "It's right behind me. Is there really no other way?" she asks. The Titans are rushing John, weakening him. But suddenly, a wave of energy washes over them and they are brought down. "The Amazos! One of them has breached the fortress!" Starfire shouts. The Amazo holds out his hand, beginning to drain the heroes. "Preparing the prisoners for capture," the Amazo announces. But Zealot leaps forward through the air, slashing the robot with her blade. "Die!" she bellows as she slashes through the Amazo's armor, cutting it in half. The Amazo lets out a digitized scream of pain, but quickly pulls itself back together. "Attempts at damage have been anticipated. We are indestructible," the Amazo says, before firing a blast into Zealot and knocking her out. The heroes continue to fight, while Mr. Terrific and Blue Beetle have brought Airwave into the next room and begin to work on a means of escape. Superman has finally reached his son, trying to get through to him. But John struggles against his father. "John, it's me, your father! You can beat this, I promise!" Superman shouts, but Flash arrives, now armed with tactical armor and a Flash motorcycle. He screeches to a stop and opens the lead-lined box that he took from the armory. "Sorry, Superman, I don't want to do this, but there's no other choice," Flash says as he holds up the kryptonite to weaken John. Batman rushes across the room, grabbing the Phantom Zone projector. But the Amazo charges forward and grabs him by the throat, throwing the projector away. "Batman, you begat Failsafe, who in turn begat me. Hello, grandfather," the Amazo says. Batman glares at the robot and slams his hands to the side of his head, hitting him with his new tactical suit's sonic waves. "Never call me that!" Batman growls as the robot spins away in pain. Nearby, the kryptonite has weakened John enough that he begins to break through the Braniac programming, and Clark cradles his son. Dad, it hurts. There's a way to end this," John gasps as he reaches up for his father. And as Superman leans in, John whispers, "Join us." He grabs a hold of Superman's hand, and the Braniac tech begins to leach over into him. Meanwhile, the Queen has found the bottled city of Kandor, and she looks at it with wonder. This seems familiar somehow. I think I shall keep it, she muses. Nearby, Diana and Arthur get an idea. What is it you landwalkers say? In case of emergency, break glass. Arthur shouts as he fires a blade from his new armor that shatters the glass bottle, releasing the superpowered Kryptonians within. They rush at the Queen, flying inside her and lighting her up with heat vision. Diana rushes in, slashing at the Queen in her weakened state. Nearby, John is overtaking Superman, but the Flash appears again on his motorcycle, grabbing a hold of John and pulling him away from Superman. In the next room, Mr. Terrific and Blue Beetle have finished their escape portal. Everyone, this way! We've jury-rigged an escape portal, but it won't hold! Nightwing shouts, motioning for everyone to come to him. The Queen begins to spark and hiss, but she uses red sun radiation to depower the Kandorians in her and teleports them away quickly. Damn it! Batman shouts, rushing forward and grabbing Superman off the ground. Kandor was our Hail Mary, Batman hisses to his friend, but Superman pushes him away. Not anymore. This is. Fortress, enact Black Zero Protocol. Initiate self-destruction, Superman shouts. A timer begins in the fortress, and the heroes rush for their escape portal. But the Queen lashes out with her tentacles and grabs Superman by the neck, pulling him close. You will not leave. I am not done with you yet, she hisses. Superman glares at her. I can say the same for you, he snaps. But the Queen is suddenly hit with dream energy that knocks her back and releases Superman. Let go of him, Dreamer shouts as she charges forward, throwing dream energy at the Queen, keeping her off balance. Dreamer launches forward, hitting the Queen again and again. Seeing John like that is enough. I am done being Waller's puppet, Dreamer shouts as she continues to hit the Queen. She shouts that everything she's done has been to protect her family. But my family would never want Waller's world. Amanda, if you're listening, you can go, Dreamer begins to shout. But the timer reaches 0, and the fortress explodes, fire ripping apart the crystals and ice. The fire flares around him, and John stares in shock for a moment. His true identity pierced through the programming for a brief second. Dad? What have I done? He whispers as he stares down at his own hands. In the aftermath, Waller watches the destruction on her screens, unhappy with Dreamer's final act of betrayal. But the Braniac Queen survived the destruction and managed to overtake John once more before he could break through his programming. She sighs and turns to Steel, promising that the remaining heroes will be found. Does Queen know about Dreamer? I don't need his hair on fire over another casualty, she whispers. Steel shakes his head. It's on a need-to-know basis, and he doesn't, Steel assures her, explaining that he is Oliver going through the gear that they found at the Hall of Justice. He's the only one who knows what half of it does, Steel explains. In the basement, Oliver is searching through several boxes of villain gear that Waller's forces pulled from the Hall of Justice. He finally smiles as he finds what he was searching for, and he pulls an hourglass out of the box. Time's up, he whispers. And there you have it. That was Absolute Power issue number 2. The Fortress of Solitude is destroyed, John is still being controlled, and who knows what Green Arrow is up to. So be sure to subscribe to get that notification when we eventually cover issue number 3. And of course, be sure to like the video. I'm Dan, and I will see you next time. Rest in peace, Benny.